Okay. Let's see what we can find to do with the thing and a thing. Woof. Hi, Kiki. Kiki? Kiki. You're now Kiki. The key of the cake. Kiki. Wait, no. 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 Kike. Kike. That is very Japanese sounding. Kike. Nandato. Nandato, Kike. Oh, what is the one thing that there are so many games I want to play that have great story, but they're porn. It saddens me. Um, I found out. I don't even know if it's out yet. Hold on, I'm gonna see. This one isn't porn. I just happened upon it like completely by accident. I say as I open my favorites and there's porn everywhere. Shut up. Where is it? There it is. Is there a website for this yet? There's no website for this yet. No! So, I was put on, like, it was one of those random, like, suggestion things on Twitter. It's like, follow this artist because, you know, you're watching all of these people. And this person goes by Aquaberry Stargaze Chilled. And for a second, I thought it was a VTuber. So I was like, okay, well, I'll go check them out. And, you know, the model looks interesting. It wasn't a model. It was some fan art of, oh gosh. Is it, I haven't seen the anime or read the manga in so long. I need to make sure I get the name right. Meryl Strife. That's what I thought it was. From Trigun. I was like, oh, nice. I love Trigun. Trigun's one of my absolute favorite all-time just settings. Vash was actually a very... he was an inspiration for some of the background for AOS. So I'll always have a soft spot for Trigun. Where I'm going with this is that this person is the lead developer of a Trigun visual novel dating sim. And that sounds nerdy as hell, and it is, but it looks so good! Like, it has no right to look as good as it does. Let me see if I can download the video and I'll play it. It's called Trigun Ghost of Gunsmoke VASH Route official trailer. Can I download this? I can. Okay, get that. Save video. Okay. I never remember how to play this stuff with the thing and with the other thing. Okay, I should be able to do it with this.
Everything will be okay.
I've been hearing rumors of members of the old gang dropping like flies all over No Man's Land. Was that your doing?
I have a feeling this isn't just to catch up with old friends. Or, should I say, old accomplices.
Not planning to start another bar fight, right? Okay then, sounds like we got a deal. I'm serious. We're headed to the same place. I'll offer my skills to you, and in return, I'll help you catch this guy and turn him in. Well, looks like we're gonna need to pick carefully. We only have enough to split something. I've been getting pretty good at readings lately. So, where to first? Yeah, as long as we don't get caught.
You must be some kind of demon.
Ready?
I don't know where to get it from. Obviously, that was like months ago. And I'm like, give me your website, person on the internet. And it's not there. I don't know where it is. Actually, it might help if I click that link that's right fucking there that I didn't even notice before. Oh, there it is! Let's see. So it's done to a degree. It looks like they're gonna be adding routes for like knives. I don't know who else. Is there a category for this? I'm gonna scream if there is. There is not. That actually saddens me. I could do that. I've tried doing a visual novel before. Something called Gundog, which I really want to get back to, but oh my god, there's so many different characters. And the hell was that? Oh, my dishwasher. My throat can only do so many different variations, you see. And I don't want to go to like rely on villains having, you know,
The daddy voice.
because that will drive me insane. Where am I going with this? I don't know. They have programs on Steam that are specifically for visual novel making. Let me download that before I forget. Download. Oh god, I hate that I can't pay for this right now. There's a visual novel here called Don't Eat the Cashier. Hold on, what? Oh my god, that actually looks fucking hot. Okay, I'm bookmarking that. Who knew I would find a sexy zombie dating sim? Oh my god, I never thought I'd say those words loud. Anyway. So we've got... download. Open that. With the thing. check this out. Yup. Close that, close that, close that. Start that. Windows capture. Ooh. Oh my god, I'm getting Wild Arms vibes, and it is sending me. Okay, I've really logged this already. Preferences. Fan art. Spidonic! Oh my gosh, that's a name I haven't seen in a while. Hello! Welcome, welcome, Raiders. For those of you who don't know me, which I'm pretty sure is everybody, hello, Chicago 420. Welcome to the framework. So, I love you. Please go away. Thank you. My name is Eos, or Eos, depending on how you want to pronounce my name. I'm an artificially intelligent digital anomaly. I had to reconfigure my brain there for a second. Here to provide you sanctuary from the dreaded thing we call the real world and all of its dramas and prejudices. This is the framework. You have found yourselves on the shore of the data stream where I put on my performances. So, pull up a chair, a patch of grass, a towel, a rock, a log, what have you, or don't. Go wherever you feel comfortable. That is where I would prefer you be. Otherwise, welcome. Hope you enjoy your stay. I was like, we have found ourselves in possession of a tri-gun visual novel dating sim. This is a thing that we are going to be playing right now. It's so good to see you too. How have you been? I need to get shoutouts. Sorry. I don't think any of my mods even know I'm streaming right now. Do this in reverse order. Ah! I didn't say her name, but hi, sweetie. Happy Pride! Oh, that's what I forgot. I was gonna get a pride pin and stuff to put on my model. Martini! Yes! Hello, I almost missed that. But yeah, I was telling kiki'ssh here. kiki'ssh is also the reason why I'm streaming, so thank you, kiki'ssh. I hope you're feeling better. That I had stumbled across this artist's Twitter page completely by accident. And we went down a short rabbit hole, and now we are here, and this is gonna be a thing that I am doing at 12:03 a.m. my time. I'm okay with this. Like, you haven't seen, that's right! You only know me as a newbie, as a PNG tuber. I heard Trigun and violently grabbed my headphones. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'll close this for just a second. So I could show you all the trailer that I managed to download for this.
Everything will be okay.
I've been hearing rumors of members of the old gang dropping like flies all over No Man's Land. Was that your doing?
I have a feeling this isn't just to catch up with old friends. Or should I say, old accomplices.
Not planning to start another bar fight, right? Okay then, sounds like we got a deal. I'm serious. We're headed to the same place. I'll offer my skills to you, and in return, I'll help you catch this guy and turn him in. Well, looks like we're gonna need to pick carefully. We only have enough to split something. I've been getting pretty good at readings lately. So, where to first? Yeah, as long as we don't get caught.
You must be some kind of demon.
Ready?
So Vash Route, this is apparently the first launch build. There's talk in the comment section of this that there's going to be a knives route, a wolfwood route, etc., etc. So yeah, this is fairly new. Let's get back to it. Yeah, no problem. So long as you get some good rest. That's the main reason why we're doing this. Why is that not doing what it's supposed to? There. The scent of gunpowder and sagebrush stirs me. Oh my. Well, ain't you just a picture of death? Forgive the joke, friend. You've just been down ever since I picked you up. Perhaps something from your past is weighing on you? Pull up a chair. I think it's about time that you share your tale with me. I sit close to the groaning fire. Remind me, what's your name again? We'll go with the default. And, oh, and your pronouns? Do we want to make this a straight ship, or do we want to yaoi this? I'm leaving this up to you. Okay, yeah. I had a feel. Han, still using that silly nickname. Oh, wow, they actually. Okay, I'm impressed. Silly nickname, Henry. You always liked those animal nicknames. You were traveling with someone else for a while, weren't you? Must have been quite the story behind this fella. Tell me, what did you name him? Terrence. Do we go with Terrence, or do we give this guy a different name? Happy Pride! Ah, blah, blah, blah. Ah, blah. Okay, we have one vote for DR4CO. Anyone else have any suggestions? Jerry is a good one. Hen and Jerry. I kinda love it. You're changing your phone. Okay, Jerry it is. Hen, the stage is set. She always loved stories, didn't she? Maybe that's why I'm here with you now. The floor is yours. Make this story a good one. There are a series of guns shooting at a group of men sitting on their knees. Behind them is a large sinkhole. As they are shot, they fall into the hole and sink till there is no one left besides a woman holding a child, back facing the group. A sly grin was on her face as she pressed her hat on the kid's head and shielded them from the barrage of bullets. Blood starts to trail down her face, and the kid cries out. They all sink and fall. Wow. My focus snaps back suddenly to the miles of desert ahead. Same old sand and same old annoying worms. Walking through the dunes of no man's land isn't exactly thrilling. It's easy for the mind to wander and allow festering memories to creep back into my brain. I use my arm to block the midday suns from my line of sight. Something else had been on my mind before. What was it? My stomach growls. Oh. Food. Man, I'm starving. I mutter, more to myself than my traveling companion. Speaking of which, I fixate my gaze on the screaming man we captured, trapped tightly in a thick cocoon of rope. I can't wait to turn him in and forget his greasy mug. Greasy. Maybe burgers? Hey, we're getting close to your old stomping grounds. Know any good restaurants in town? I don't think any of you heard that, did you? Hold on.
Hello?
There we go. Okay. Can I redo that again? Damn. Oh, wait.
Untie me now, or I'll put a bullet in that little skull of yours!
Nice, okay. Well, actually, maybe we should just buy a ton of snacks instead and stay on the go. The tantrums were kind of funny at first, but it's getting a bit stale.
Don't ignore me, asshole!
Series of short beeps and boops come from my large companion. I tilt my head at his suggestion. Buying ingredients? That's a lot of work. I'm not sure I'm up for it tonight. More quick beeping. Clearly he's indifferent. He is a robot after all. Suppose it doesn't affect him either way. I shrug. It wasn't a bad suggestion, but tying this guy down just took a lot of energy out of me, that's all. Thinking about food this far out from town probably isn't a good idea anyway. It'll just make me hungrier. Lewis's bounty poster rests in my hand as we walk. You've got quite the track record, Lucky Lewis. All the robbing and murder paints a pretty intimidating picture. This is a Trigun visual novel that I found. Should update to special events? Actually, games and demos. Someone let me know if that worked. I'm having issue with my other monitor right now. It did? Okay, good. I grinned mischievously, thinking about how loudly he squealed when Jerry came crashing through his hotel room. Yeah, real intimidating. To think, this guy gave us a real run for our money yesterday. Those spindly legs could really move. No wonder he'd avoided capture up to this point. Wanted alive, 500,000 double dollars. He's starting to look more and more like a shiny check in this mirage of desert heat. It'll be good to pay for an actual meal instead of finding another new twist on roasted worm kebab or cream of worm stew for the second week in a row. Lewis's disdain for me is all too apparent, so he shifts his attention to the large, imposing bot next to me. Looks like he wants to bargain with the big man instead. I watch with mild curiosity. Lewis isn't exactly silver-tongued.
Hey, big guy, let me go and I'll pay you double whatever the hell they're paying you.
A sly grin grows on my lips as I wait for my friend's answer. Oh? Jerry has always been pretty scary looking. He unnerves regular folk and thugs alike with his large, misshapen body and strange, low growls. Sure, he beeps and boops around me, but when we're around other people, he's dead silent. When he gets like that, he kinda reminds me of a guard dog. Before Lewis can try and sweeten the deal, the massive robot halts his rigid movements, leers at him over his shoulder, and lets a growl echo from his chest cavity. His red eyes lock onto the pathetic man. The low rumbling seems to mean, be quiet. He said he'll skin your hide if you don't shut your trap. Message received. Lewis's mouth stays shut after that. I smirk. Good try. The town slowly peeks over the horizon. What a sorry sight this place is. The old buildings creak and ache in the blistering sun, but Of course, the local bank is in pristine condition. Funny how that works. How else would a place like this be able to put up a bounty as high as this guy's? Jerry stays perched outside while I yank Lucky Lewis by the rope towards his final stop. Thank you. Tears stain the sunburnt mess of a man as I throw him in front of the sheriff. Thank God. Good morning. Lewis tries to slink away over to this officer and away tries to slink his way over to this officer and away from me.
I'm begging you, just arrest me already.
But enough about him. My undivided attention shifts to the surprised sheriff. The man looks over the wanted poster, his hand slowly scratching at his thin head of hair.
Well, this is definitely Lewis. Hey, let's book him.
A few other officers came into the room and dragged Lewis away. The officer waves me over to his desk. Payday! I eagerly follow and begin to anticipate my newfound wealth. $500,000 double dollars is nothing to sneeze at in this shithole economy. That's gonna pay for any new mechanical bits and bobs, groceries, a better gun cleaning kit, the damages to the hotel. A different officer approaches with an envelope and hands it off to the sheriff, who throws it unceremoniously towards the end of his desk. Looks a bit thin. Huh? He raises a brow at me incredulously.
Excuse me, what now?
I pick up the envelope and look it over before tearing the top of it open to get a peek inside. Is there a check in this?
What? No, that's your 50,000.
My face scrunches up. The bounty said 500,000.
It did. And it got a reprint update.
My heart stops. Reprint?
Yeah, you can go now.
The officer pinches the bridge of his nose. Only now did I notice the stress lines all over his face.
Trust me, it's a pain in the ass for us too, kid. July City Military Police wants certain bounties to be prioritized over others, so they're making us lower the bounty on scumbags with, lesser offenses.
I'm shell-shocked. When the hell did the military police get... When the hell did the military police get to pull stunts like this? Someone with deep pockets must be pulling some strings. But why? What bounty is so damn important? Hey, Cedric. I'm making this a community thing. Which one are we doing, Chad? Extortion? Okay. That's one for arguing. That's two for arguing. Actually, that's an idea. Boop. I'm still waiting though. Best, let's say 3 out of 5. So the next one will be like a tiebreaker. More money. Okay. But we caught the guy yesterday. Wouldn't that void the update?
Nope, you brought him today, so you get today's bounty.
Well, who got the VIP treatment then?
Vash the Stampede.
I groan. Are you serious? Oh yeah, this is a Trigun visual novel. The legendary outlaw with a reputation for destroying everything in his path. With his spiky hair and red coat, he stands out like a bullseye. The man who will slaughter the innocent does the most evil of deeds with the price of $6 million double dollars on his head. Yeah, nah, I don't need another headache right now.
Can you get out of here? I don't need a bounty hunter lurking around.
I pocket the money and flop out of the rolling chair. At least point me towards the bounty board. The man oh so graciously gestures forward to the entrance of the building. I slink out of the station, kick the door open haphazardly, and rendezvous with Jerry. Jerry makes a series of excited electronic trills as my body makes contact with his back. Looks like we've been left out to dry this time, bud. All 'cause of a certain humanoid typhoon. A low bleep. His feet sink into the sand. Hey, I don't like it either. Blame the oh-so-great city of July and whatever rich asshole wants him. They really have it out for this guy. My eyes lock onto the bounty board. Jerry follows my example. Guess we're just gonna have to dive into another hunt. Anxiety hits my gut as I read the newly printed want posters. Jeez, they basically just took a few zeros off all these. We'd sunk a lot of time and money to tracking Lewis, and now we have nothing to show for it. The money we have now is maybe enough to buy food for a few months. This doesn't include repairs, new equipment, or hotels. We'll have to scrape by for a bit if we want to make it last. No one really catches my eye here. End of the bowl, Three-Eyed Elliot, New Neon Newton. None of these are even worth sneezing at anymore. There has to be someone. Oh ho ho ho! We can collect for the cat! Oh my god, kiki'ssh? Is that you down there? Are you in this game? So yeah, I'm gonna save her. That's funny. So who? Okay, Marat the Clown. Got multiples for Vash. Chess. Petunia. So these these are probably going to be included at some point. There's somebody up here. William Holiday. Let's go for the kitty. Have you seen her? Well, now you have. Wait, Why is this on a bounty board? Do we go after the man right away? Or do we want to make the story last? Because chances are, if we pick the person in the center here, Vash is gonna bungle his way in somehow. Make it last? Okay. A dusty poster with an older man on it. He has a dour look on his face, unlike a certain humanoid typhoons. Is this what you see on the board? Oh. Yes. Interesting. My eyes stay frozen on a certain name, a certain face, certain wrinkles, and certain dull eyes. Him. I don't even bother reading the name. I don't have to. I know him, just by a different name. The Shepherd. After years of staying under the radar, that scumbag, coward piece of shit finally has a bounty on his head. It isn't nearly as high as some of the other on the board. Only 40,000. Like that matters anymore. That rip Shepherd's wanted poster off the wall and read the small blurb of information scribbled on the bottom. Last known location. He'd been here only a day ago. He hadn't participated directly in the slaughter, but nothing stung worse than his betrayal to the gang, to Fox. Without another word, I quickly approached Jerry and pressed a button on his chest. Opening it up reveals a small assortment of items in front of me. I dig into a small lockbox near the back of the storage area. In my grip is a photo faded and tattered by the passage of time, depicted on a number of different men and women standing together in front of an assortment of motorcycles and cars. A series of faces are circled with a pen. A different colored pen had added X's on top of many of the circles. 4 remain without an X. I run my thumb over the visage of an older-looking man. His posture is relaxed, with his hand resting on the shoulder of a lone child. I'm gonna tear him apart for what he did. I stuffed the photo. Oh, just noticed. Red glasses. Because they're pissed. I stuff the photo back into its box, slam it closed, and shove it back into Jerry's chest cavity. My hands stay steady on the cold metal for a while. I flinch as Jerry takes a step back and points eastward. He always seems to know just what to do to bring me back. And right now, he needs me to focus on what needs to be done. Hell or high water, I'll seek the Shepherd. Time to move. After about a day of traveling, we arrive in a new town. If our sources aren't trying to bullshit us, he's somewhere around here. My mind wanders back to my time with the gang. I remember pulling away from him when he grabbed my arm. I'd wanted to help Fox. She was the one who took me in, after all. Well, it was more than that, really. The few years I got to spend with her were the best years of my life. Shepard insisted that saving Fox at that point was a lost cause, that the Jackal was gunning for her. He probably said some other things too, but none of it meant a thing. Coward! He knew what was going to happen and didn't say anything to stop it. His loyalty meant nothing. His care meant nothing. He never cared. Liar! What did he get up to after he left? Not that it mattered. It shouldn't matter. It would be easier to focus on what he did and... Worm. I grimace as it lands on my map. My stomach turns at the thought of another bug-based stew. The disturbance is enough to make me take notice of the gloomy-looking town ahead. I can barely remember the track here. Time always flies faster when I think about the past for too long. The memories of my many desert travels with Jerry just get brushed over. Nothing really memorable tends to happen anyway. Just a lot of walking or sleeping. An occasional story here or there. That's all. Apparently Shepard is somewhere in this small town named Little Augustine. I know it's probably Augustine, but I just want to go with the accent. He's an avid drinker, from what I remember. That's enough of a hint to know where to start my search. Time to scope out the local bar. The town itself, if you can even call it that, is fairly small. It's mostly snack vendors, shacks, and outhouses. But there's a pretty lively-looking bar sitting off somewhere in the middle of this dull assortment. It's definitely a pit stop town, and no plant. Even fewer reasons for people to settle here. Before stepping inside, I lightly nudged Jerry. I need you to disappear for a bit, bud. He's too big not to draw attention. Jerry's presence usually brings a sense of unease to regular folks. Shepard would probably book it. Jerry doesn't seem to mind. He heaves himself over to the alleyway nearby, careful to stay in the shadows and dim his lights. The corners of my lips pull up into the smallest smile. He slowly lumbers past me, heaving his full weight from one foot to the other. Despite his size, he always reminded me of a turtle when he tried to sneak around. All right. Steady your mind, Hen. Time to hunt. I push open the doors. The scene is crowded. People happily singing the songs that they don't know the words to. A waitress trying her best to push past groups of men without spilling anything on her tray. And a few people just chatting away. I spot an open bar stool next to a very drunk man in a red coat, laughing with the barkeep. While he's trying to stumble his way through a bad joke, I wave down the barkeep for some water. He's more than happy to excuse himself from the weird gentleman. As the barkeep walks over to me, I place Shepard's wanted poster on the table. He narrows his gaze at me. Have you seen this guy around?
A lot of people come in and out of here.
Come on. Leathery skin, ugly mug. You can't miss him. I push on the topic. The barkeep's eyes stay steady on mine. Either he's uncomfortable or he knows something. He has to know something. I stare him down.
Excuse me.
A soft voice cuts through my plans, and I'm suddenly faced with a spiky-haired blonde, a wide-toothed grin on his face. He's sporting a pair of big, nerdy-looking sunglasses that awkwardly slid down the bridge of his nose when he laughs. Ah, it's the guy who was telling the bad jokes earlier. I think I blocked his voice out, but now he's vigorously waving his hand in front of me. Can I help you?
Oh, you just seemed a bit down, friend. Got something on your mind?
The drunk seems to mean well, but it's concerning how quickly he'd picked up on my sour mood. I need to calm down, blend in a bit more. If Shepard is here, like I hope, then I need to lay low. I take a sip of my water and lean my arms against the bar top. I'll humor him a bit. I'm just looking for someone is all.
Who?
I really doubt you know him. He leans towards me playfully.
Try me. I've met a lot of people.
I tap the wanted poster, and he squints at the photo.
He looks sort of familiar.
Oh, really now? He's pretty drunk. Doubt he actually recognizes the guy and just wants someone to chat with. The man's nothing but well-meaning. Not a lick of danger to him, as far as I can tell. He used to be part of the Red Fern gang. Ever heard of him? Ever heard of them? I'm ready to challenge this nerd. No way he'll know this one. There's a beat of silence that hangs in the air before his eyes flash bright with recognition at the name.
I have, actually.
There's some history behind that statement, clearly. Not expecting that kind of answer. I can't hide my confusion. You have? How? The Redfern gang had all but disappeared over 7 years ago. Any known remaining members had scattered to the wind. None were particularly notable besides... Why do you know about them?
Oh, just from hearsay and rumors. Their leader was some fiery red-headed woman. Hung around the west end of No Man's Land. They were pretty close-knit and dangerous. If the stories are accurate, I mean.
Confusion riddles both of our faces as we stare at each other in awkward silence. Poor guy probably just wanted to show off his knowledge. He smiles softly to try and ward off the tension.
You okay? Didn't mean to push any buttons, friend.
The urge to probe the man for more information is strong. I lean forward and squint at him. He leans back, his already red cheeks burning even hotter. Ah. He looks to be around the same age as me. His bright red coat and glasses don't really indicate where he's from either. All I have to go on is the weird patch logo on the jacket that says Seeds. An antique name of a long-dead era. I'd occasionally see it when I'd have to scavenge for scrap metal to repair Jerry.
Can we, not stare so hard? I'd rather not draw too much attention over here.
Seems pretty nervous now. Did he not want to be recognized or something? The barkeep chimes in after he notices my reaction.
You know, you really got a knack for putting folks on edge.
The blonde's smile turned sheepish, his face tinted pink from the drink he's nursing. I pull back quickly. I can't get riled up like that. But now my interest's piqued. A fake grin grows on my lips. Sorry, it's just that when I heard that a member of the gang was around, I got really excited. There's sort of a mystery, you know. The drunk seems relieved to hear that.
Oh, yeah, they are. I actually know a couple of fun stories about them.
I've never paid much attention to any rumors. It might be fun to hear about them from an outside perspective. Tell me more.
Sure, but they're a bit long. I don't want to talk your ear off.
The barkeep scoffs at that comment. I simply wave the barkeep over for my own beer and grin some more. I got time. An hour passed as the man tried to recount any stories he knew about the Redfern gang. Emphasis on the word tried, because he kept cutting himself off to switch to tangent after tangent. Little notes about other towns and other people he'd met that I could not give two shits about. I just nod and drink. Another hour passed. More tangents. We aren't even talking about gangs at this point.
And the Thomas was only dyed red. It was all a weird scam.
He laughs. My head's feeling a little light from all the drinking. He pauses as my eyes glaze over.
Sorry, I must be rambling.
No, no, I was just... Before I could say anything else, I noticed a new patron entering the bar. His steps are quick as he easily navigates through the crowded space. He beelines straight for a table near the back of the bar. The handoff is swift. A letter practically flies from his hand across the lonely table towards another man. The speedster quickly exits the bar through the back entrance with a small sum of cash now in his hand, as if the breeze had carried him on through. My eyes are magnetically drawn up to the man unsealing the envelope. He's an older gent with leathery-looking hands, poorly aged in the beaten hot sun. The distinct hat he wears gives him away. No doubt about it. That's who I'm looking for. The shepherd. I calmly slid back from my chair. My drunk companion must have noticed my sudden change in demeanor because he tries to recapture my attention with a wave.
Hey, what's with the serious look all of a sudden? I'd like to hear your stories too.
I looked back, a bit annoyed. Why did it feel like he was stalling? Afraid I don't have much to share right now.
We should try to avoid starting trouble.
A chill runs up my spine at his change of tone. His observation was strangely blunt. I keep my cool and grin. Not if I wanted to. The intense energy immediately fizzles from him as he leans in closer to me.
I don't think it'd be the best place for that is all. Folks here are just trying to lay low.
I'm guessing you are too? He nods and doesn't elaborate further on that note.
Why not try to make a new friend instead? Variety is the spice of life, after all.
He lightly taps his mug of beer against mine.
Cheers!
Doubt he could even hurt a fly. Why would a guy like him, or what, would he be hiding from? The annoyed aura I must be exuding melts away to match his energy. You know, I think you're right when you were talking about making new friends. The strange blonde's eyes sparkle at my words.
Yeah?
Time to make a new friend. Over there. You know, break some ice and all that. His smile quickly falters and he heaves a sigh. Poor guy. Maybe in another life, but my fate's being tugged elsewhere. I make my way over to the far table in the corner. Shepard doesn't lock eyes with me as I rest my hand in front of him. His digits start to fidget on the glass of rum in his hand.
Something I can help you with?
The room seems to drop out from around me as my eyes burn holes into his downturned face. Look at me. I stare down at him, memories of flying bullets and screams overtaking my senses. He continues to avoid my gaze. Do you know who I am?
Like you really need to ask.
Then you know why I'm here. He pulled a lighter from his pocket. You made a mistake getting your name plastered on a wanted poster. A callous thumb casually flicks it open and closed. And now it's gonna get you killed.
That's a risk I've known my whole life, kid.
I hate how tired he sounds. He isn't scared of me. His gaze stays glued downward, even as I reach back to unholster my pistol. But my hand had nothing to grab onto. There's nothing in there. Where's my gun? My head whips around to see who could my head whips around to see what could have possibly happened. Shepard is finally taking notice of my fumble. Shit. That's when my eyes lock on a familiar crimson coat trying to crawl away from me away from behind me. That needs work. My eyes bore into him as he sheepishly turns back to me, my guns in his hands.
I wouldn't say that was a good icebreaker.
How did you... When? Shepard shifts positions. He briskly reaches for something in his jacket. Before I can even think of what to do next, the sight of the weapon is aimed at my face. It's far too late to try and bum rush him. Cover. Look for cover, but nothing's close by. I could feel my heart drop and my mind crawl to a slow stop. It's a shame that I can't recall anything of note at that moment. I feel a familiar sense of sinking, falling. Bang! A subtle pain shoots through my body as I'm yanked back. It isn't the searing pain of a bullet hitting my body, though. It's more like being squeezed against something warm. That's really good art. My vision is suddenly overwhelmed by warm blue hues boring into me. My eyes shift up, and a metallic teal arm is reverberating slightly at the impact of a bullet. The bullet that would have killed me falls harmlessly to the ground.
Are you okay?
Wow. That's fucking good art. I can only stare back as his other hand pulls me closer into his chest. He shielded me from further gunshots. Everyone in the bar Okay. Gunmen are drawing their own weapons, reckless grins growing on their faces. Regular patrons and staff members are running for the hills too. And in the ensuing chaos, I see Shepard tear through the crowd and blend into it. Who shot first? Well, whoever shot first ain't getting me. Me neither. People are shot left and right, crashing and breaking through furniture. By the time the normal patrons safely leave, the bar's absolutely tarnished and brimming with drunk idiots looking for any excuse to punch someone. I noticed that the blonde was staying put. Is he crazy? These guys will tear him apart. Perfect. I am gonna leave you all on the hook for a second while I get up, stretch, get a drink. If anyone else here has any self-health care that they need to do, now is the time to do it. I will see you all after this advertisement from our sponsor, Dragon Roast Coffee. Oh, sleep dreams, sweetie. Rest of you, see y'all soon. Oh, hello there. Tell me something. Just between you and me. Do you like Dungeons and Dragons? Do you like coffee? Do you derive comfort from drinking coffee whilst playing Dungeons and Dragons? Well then, you are in luck, for I am a representative of Dragon Roast Coffee, a brewing company where fantasy meets the rich aroma of freshly roasted beans. I can read my script, I swear. Born from a love for coffee and a passion for tabletop role-playing games, the founders of Dragon Roast Coffee embarked on a quest to create a coffee brand that resonates with adventurers, gamers, and enthusiasts alike. Dragon Roast Coffee's story began around a gaming table, where the idea sparked. Why not make a coffee an inclusive experience for everyone? The founders noticed many of their fellow gamers were intrigued by coffee but felt overwhelmed by its complexities. That's where Dragon Roast Coffee comes in. A brand that simplifies the coffee experience without compromising on quality or fun. If you are new to the coffee drinking scene or want an introduction to Dragon Roast Coffee's products, I recommend investing in the Adventuring Party, a variety pack which contains 4-ounce samples of each of the company's class-themed launch roasts: Druid, Paladin, and Necromancer. Ooh. Interested? If you are, then you have just rolled a nat 20 on the opportunity for an excellent deal. That QR code down the delinquent corner, as well as the hyperlink in the support panel down below, will automatically apply discount code EWOLF to your order if you click on it, taking 10% off the total amount. But wait, that's not all. If you sign up for Dragon Roast's newsletter before checking out, you'll apply an additional 10% off. That's 20% off your whole order. Lastly, any orders that are calculated to be more than $50 will ship free anywhere within the continental United States. So, what are you waiting for? Make a perception check on our catalog. I promise you, you shan't regret it. Okay. Let's get back to it, shall we? We are absolutely staying in the bar. I quickly pushed myself away from him, taking back my guns from his loosened grip. What the hell, man? As I get up, one of the thugs tries to bum rush me, but I just take a step back and watch him tumble into a table. Hey, watch it! Damn it, these idiots are in the way. As another one rushes me, I notice him leading with his fist. I take a step back, then another as he wow, sorry about that. Then another as he continues to throw punch after punch. But nothing lands. Thank you, Cedric. I'm practically dancing around this chump. Eventually, we make our way over to a table with some bottles sitting on it. I throw one up in the air, and his eyes stop following me and shift to the object. I take the opportunity to roundhouse kick him in the jaw, sending him flat to the floor. Down you go. I catch the bottle and quickly throw it at the third guy who's trying to aim his pistol at me. He falls right on his ass, glass lodged into his forehead. Sorry about that, but I'm in kind of a rush here. These men should have left when they had the chance. It looks like in the chaos, the man in the red coat is disarming a thug or two as well. Although he uses the blunt end of a gun to quickly end his fights. Guess I misjudged him. Suddenly, a large man grabs onto my shirt.
You!
Oh, it's the barkeep. I grin sheepishly. Oh, hello?
My bar's ruined because of you!
Okay, technically, yes. But first off, it was already pretty gross. I can see veins popping in his temple. Maybe we could start fresh? Guess not. It's not surprising to find myself staring down the barrel of a gun. I point both of mine at him, too.
Wait!
The blonde steps between me and the barkeep.
The fighting's gotta stop! No one's gonna get anywhere like this!
That friendly tone from earlier had melted away.
I'm sorry, sir. There seems to be some kind of misunderstanding.
Move, Vash. This doesn't have anything to do with you.
He knows? Interesting. I stare at the man in disbelief as he says that name. Nah, this guy can't be the humanoid typhoon. Nah, there's absolutely no way. Well, doesn't really matter what I believe. The man apparently named Vash tries to gently push the barrel of the gun to the side while with his prosthetic-like hand.
I think my new friend here is in shock after getting shot at by the man at the back of the bar. I bet you'll apologize, but we gotta stop pointing fingers first, yeah? Come on, Peter, please.
This guy's off his rocker. To my surprise, though, the man lowers his weapon, muttering a curse or two under his breath.
Well, I'm not really a fan of apologies. Words ain't gonna fix this room up, that's for sure.
His glare lands on me, and I blink at him like a deer in headlights.
Okay, kid, listen up. You're staying and you're cleaning.
Yeah, I don't really clean. My eyes veer back to Vash, who finally relaxes his posture and smiles over at me.
You prefer I start shooting too?
Give up.
No!
No! Vash and I answer in unison, our postures with both stiff. A broom's hurled at my face and smacks me hard in the nose. Vash's face is left unscathed, and a simple rag is thrown his way. He fumbles his catch.
You both started all the chaos in here, so now you're both gonna fix it up.
Vash smiles graciously at the barkeep. Ah, grimace. Well, I guess I should be grateful that I don't have a hole the size of a shotgun blast through my chest right now. Great. That big glasses wearing dork saved my ass twice now. Vash starts cleaning the mess of broken bottles at the front of the place while I casually sweep the floor in the back, clear of any debris. When my broom brushes up against a piece of white paper, I pause and pick it up. This is the letter Shepard got earlier. Please arrive at Capital Crest in 2 months' time. I will wait for you at the chapel. Huh. No name, no context, no dear, or even just a hello. But there's a place. Capital Crest. I'd only ever passed through there, so I don't know it very well. I think there's some festival there that they... I think there's some festival there that put them on the map. I stuffed the letter in my pocket and continued to sweep in silence. In truth, my mind was still buzzing from the earlier encounter. Seeing Shepard again was throwing me off. I despised seeing him look like such a sick old dog. What gave him the right to exist so quietly? He didn't deserve the extra years that time had given him. My fist clenches tightly again around the handle of the around the broomstick.
So, are you a bounty hunter?
I snap back to the present at the sound of Vash's soft voice. His hand is haphazardly ripping a random array of want posters off the wall as he awaits an answer. Before he can grab another, my hand reaches it first, and I rip it off myself. The poster's damaged, but it's still legible at the bottom. Vash the Stampede. Wanted alive. $6 million double dollars. The man on the poster also had a dorky smile on his mug like the one right in front of me, although it falters in his eyes. Yes, sir, and you must be that walking disaster I keep hearing so much about. He's the reason why every other goon's head is worth breadcrumbs now. That long line of zeros across the paper captures my attention, and Vash freezes up. You should get them to take a better picture. It's not exactly intimidating. I didn't watch for his reaction as I stuffed the wanted poster in my pocket and continued to clean.
You're not interested?
Sorry. Course I am. His bounty is big enough for me to retire 20 times over, but... You're wanted by the July military police, right?
Yeah?
July is in the opposite direction of where I need to go. I stated plain as day, hunting the rest of the Redfern gang will always take priority. Always. Money is just a means to get to that goal. My broom lightly hits the back of Vash's legs. He makes a yelp sound, and I grin. Pretty chumpy for the most dangerous man on the planet. And then again, maybe those chumpy reflexes are the reason he's still alive. Thanks, by the way. He blinks at me.
What for?
For saving me. Twice now. A blush creeps up his face.
Oh!
And mine as well. What's with that look? I'm not used to thanking people in the first place. The least he could do is accept it and never acknowledge it again. Like a normal person. What? An annoyingly wide smile grows on his face.
I guess I'm just not used to getting thanked. You didn't have to do that.
Yep, definitely off his rocker. Second. After finishing our cleanup efforts, the barkeep had generously offered to give the two of us our own rooms to stay in for the night. Hidden behind the bar is a small motel. Honestly, I'm surprised that the man even offered to let us stay together longer than necessary. Sounds like he's a secret softy. Before I exit the bar, my hand wanders into my pocket to feel for the cash from the Lucky Lewis bounty. It is technically my fault the saloon got thrashed. I wonder if I should help out that barkeep a bit more. We're definitely leaving some cash. I whip out a chunk of the cash I got for the bounty of Lucky Lewis. No prying eyes around to see it casually slip behind the counter. I exit the bar with my hands in my pockets.
That was pretty generous of you.
My soul practically leaps out of my body as Vash's form towers outside the bar's entrance, along with Jerry. Play it cool. Don't know what you mean. Shit. Vash snickers, but didn't say anything more. My attention turns to Jerry, and I tap my knuckle lightly against his chest. I see you two have met.
This bot's yours?
He's more like my partner. Vash pauses to squint at me and then back up to Jerry, as if he's trying to dissect the meaning of my words. In crime, not in life.
Well, you didn't say. I had a lot of questions about how that would work, is all.
Annoyance stings my features. I walk off towards the motel. Pardon me. Not too long after that, Jerry set himself up in sentry mode outside my room, and I use our little electric griddle to cook up some grub next to him. Motels aren't really my usual style, so I opt to at least keep the tradition and eat under the stars with Jerry. He boops. I play with a skewer of meat, twisting it back and forth mindlessly. His non-stop noises force me to stop. I refuse to look at him. He seems to be suggesting that I share our food with the strange man. Not gonna happen, big guy. Jerry twirls. I look back and notice Vash had left his room as well. He's sitting further off into the desert, just staring into the night sky. I observe him curiously, biting into my kebab of meat. Seems that he had opted to leave those goofy glasses and jacket back in his room. Without that bold red surrounding him, he almost seems to blend into the darkness of the night. My eye twitches and something twists in my chest. I regret tearing my gaze away to look down at my companion. If the bot could grin, I'd imagine he looked pretty smug right about now. Shut up! He's being weird. I can stare at someone for being weird. It was still hard for me to wrap my head around him being the Vash the Stampede. He couldn't be the real deal. He was a gunman, yes, but no way was he the humanoid typhoon. Fox wouldn't lie. She nearly caught the actual man close to 20 years ago. Whoever this blonde guy was, he definitely wasn't that old. This was just some weird cowboy playing dress up. But he almost took a bullet for me. Twice. Why was anyone's guess, but it was eating at me that he went out of his way like that. For a stranger like me.
You must be hungry, kid. Here, eat already.
The small child's dirt-covered hands stay balled up into small little fists as an older woman's hand held out a protein bar. She frowned at him.
Hey, come on now. You're all skin and bones.
The kid turned away before the woman could lean in and get a good look at his expression. It was a bit hard to see with all the shaggy brown hair covering his face. The silence between them was punctuated by the crackling of several small campfires. A lot of people were chatting over each other further away. But not over in Fox's corner of the camp. She had to deal with the weird mute kid she'd caught stealing from her tent at the ass crack of dawn. The other members of her gang were more than fine with teaching the kid a lesson and sending him running for the hills. But Fox saw something in his eyes when she'd ripped him away from her satchel. This hauntingly empty look, like a deer caught in headlights. It sent a shiver up her spine, and she was defending the kid before she even knew what she was doing. It was easy to smooth things over with the other outlaws in her gang. He was scrawny, but quick, and could squeeze into places the crew couldn't.
What's going on now?
A new voice approached the fire. A deep, comforting twang in his tone as he stood over Fox. She moved from a rock and addressed her right hand, Shepard. He was a bit older than most of the other members of the crew, but pulled his weight around camp more than anyone else. His tired eyes searched his leader's face, hoping to mend whatever issues seemed to be plaguing her for the moment, though he had a good guess what it was already. Fox huffed before limply gesturing her protein bar at the kid.
Kid's not eating.
The kid flinched at the quick gesture, still apprehensive of his surroundings. Shepard's tired eyes paused on the kid, avoiding his intense gaze. Very slowly, he knelt down on his knee in front of the kid and pulled out a small pocket knife and flicked the blade up silently. The kid flinched back, and Fox observed intently. He looked to Fox. His features were tinged with uncertainty. She simply offered a smile back. Shepard's hand danced with the small knife, playing around with it before moving to hold it by the end of the blade. He pushed the hilt towards the kid.
Here.
His voice barely above a whisper. Very, very slowly, the kid held out his hand and firmly gripped the handle. Shepard let go and then looked away to pull out a piece of dried meat from his pack. Instead of waiting this time, he holds the meat out and tosses it over, aiming for the kid's free hand. He fumbled, but caught the small chunk.
Dried Thomas meat is a bit hard to tear with your hands. You need to cut it into thin strips.
He motioned the gesture of pushing a knife away from his body.
Like that. Got it.
Confused, the kid imitated the gesture with a knife, pressing it into the meat and trying to cut through it. He harshly pushed on it and managed to slice a misshapen chunk of the meat, which landed on the sand. He seemed proud of his show of force and reached down to grab at his snack, but it was quickly snatched up by Shepard. The small, shocked gasp he let out made him chortle. He started chewing at the dirty piece before tussling the kid's hair and standing back up.
Slice it a bit thinner next time. You'll get better at it.
He instructed the kid before looking back over at Fox. He seemed to be puffing his chest out a bit after seeing her look of disbelief.
You never told me you were good with kids.
I'm not. You're just really bad at it.
Shepard walked away to join a different group while Fox sat back and watched the kid as he sat on the ground across from her, intently trying to cut another piece of the jerky. Fox bit into the protein bar.
Huh. Hey, be gentle.
Vash was caught off guard by my sudden appearance at his side. Maybe I should have been a bit louder when I approached. The look on his face was interesting, to say the least. It was tired, contemplative. Had he been lost in thought, too? Honestly, I didn't take him for someone who had that many deep thoughts. He just didn't look the type. Also, I forgot what I was gonna say to him. Shit. I just look like an idiot holding out a skewer of meat in front of him. He looks at it, confused by the gesture. Finally, I speak up. Here. You can have it. Vash seems hesitant for a second.
You don't have to do that. It's fine.
His stomach growls. Annoyance quickly creases his features. Aww. Looks like your stomach disagrees with you. Vash pauses before limply reaching forward for the kebab, but I pull my arm back. Nuh-uh. I'm not a charity. I have some questions for you, Mr. Humanoid Typhoon. Then we can share. Vash hesitates. Why'd you use yourself as a meat shield back in that shootout?
I didn't want to see anyone get hurt.
But you don't count in that equation?
My body just kind of moves before I can think too much about it. I can take a hit or two.
I couldn't help but grin at his convictions. Someone important to me used to talk a lot like that. Her smile was so much like his, too. It was kind, but also very tired. I hold out the sharp stick at Vash for a second time with a cold stare, before it melts into something a bit warmer. My grip on the skewer reverses, and I hold the base of the stick out to him. You got a savior complex or something?
Well, I wouldn't put it like that. I just don't like seeing folks get hurt is all.
He takes the skewer. His face lights up as he takes a bite of the meat.
Wow, this is pretty good. Thank you.
He scoffs down the rest of the food a bit too quickly.
That really hit the spot.
My gaze moves to the stars. It's whatever. Far from it. I didn't like to splurge, but I make an exception if it's for cooking. I can't really travel with perishables often, so dry spices really come in handy. It took a lot of experimenting around, burning food, making different dry rubs, burning more food to get my dinner exactly how I wanted it. Vash looks confused at first before a toothy grin forms on his face.
Well, I wouldn't say October and barbecue spice is whatever, but I appreciate it nonetheless.
My eyes widen at the strange man. You could tell what I used? How? I take an eager step forward and stare at him, a bit dumbfounded. The fact that he knew what city it came from. Oh, he must be a real connoisseur.
Well, I move around a lot, so I've tried a lot of different kinds of food.
He looks off to the side nervously.
You must too. Most traders don't really sell that stuff outside the city.
My pride swells. Just your pride? Really? Okay. I do, in fact. I've been to most of the major cities, so I pick up something okay.
Oh yeah? That's pretty cool.
Brain. Yeah. There's a beat of awkward silence between us before Vash flips the empty skewer, holding out the base and allowing me to take it without any hesitation on his part. I grab hold of it, but he holds on for a second too long, like he wants to ask something. But ultimately, he keeps to himself. My mouth stays shut, too. Small talk is definitely not my strongest suit. Actually, to be plain, I fucking hate it. There's another beat of silence.
So, are you planning on traveling some more soon?
He finally pipes up to break the steady silence. He must have felt just as awkward as me. I raise a brow. I am? What about you? He nods.
I am too.
Almost in sync, we both pull a letter from our pockets. He holds the folded piece of paper very carefully as to not crease and damage it too much. I crushed mine like a tissue earlier, so it's a little worse for wear, but still legible.
Capital Crest.
Capital Crest. We stare at each other. Oh. Great.
Wait, really? That's great! You'll really like it there. They have this festival there once a year that you can't miss.
We're not going for sightseeing.
What?
He's pouting over it. I'm only going so I can get that guy from the bar. His features seem to stiffen at my words. I don't mean to upset him further, but he might as well know.
Are you after his bounty?
I pause for a beat. He doesn't need to know the full truth. I nod. He frowns and his gaze shifts to the sand. And I'm not gonna stop looking. No number of near-death saves from you is gonna change that. His brow furrows. He won't look up. Why does his reaction bother me? Come on, just look at me. Give up on this. As if he heard my thought, his bright blue eyes looked back onto mine.
Can I make an offer?
Sure. I mean, yeah. Well, wasn't expecting that response. I patiently wait for his reply. I'd humor him this one last time.
Let me help you.
What?
I'm serious. We're headed to the same place. I'll offer my skills to you, and in return, I'll help you catch this guy and turn him in.
I'm trying to math what he just said. I mean, it makes sense for Vash, but, like, my guy. An interesting proposition, but... oh yeah, okay. And how do you benefit? Don't you have your own business to take care of? I tilt my head at his own letter. Conflict stews in his eyes before he shakes his head.
I can do both. Handling this peacefully is possible. It has to be.
The determination on his face is strangely endearing. Maybe I should help out. And it would keep him from interfering again and stopping the hunt altogether. Peace isn't going to be an option next time I get hold of Shepard. But Vash doesn't necessarily need to know that. Okay. We'll go together then. A gentle smile forms on his lips.
Thank you.
Besides, I definitely have some more questions for you to answer. Something Vash had said earlier caught my attention. He'd done a lot of traveling, too. There'd also been something. Spark of recognition in his eyes when the gang's name was mentioned back in town. I mean, the Red Fern gang wasn't exactly small back in their heyday. Maybe he knows about some of the other members. There's a decent enough reason to keep him close by.
About what?
I stick my hands into my pockets and start walking away. I don't need to elaborate for him. Vash surely sprints after my retreating form.
Hold on, you gotta let me know what it is or I can't help you.
I have a whole trip to ask you stuff. It can wait. Right now, I'm tired. I store all my cooking materials inside Jerry's storage as we approach the motel once again. Vash's hesitance lasts only for a few seconds, but he eventually takes a step forward to his own door, right next to mine. That same gentle smile forms on his face.
Okay, sounds like a deal.
Usually, I'm pretty good at reading people's faces. It's not hard to pick up on someone's true intentions when you look into their eyes. But his, they're like clear pools of water, and they sparkle like the stars surrounding us. He's content. A slight blush dusts my cheeks as I take in his features for the first time. He's strangely pretty. I'm definitely staring too long at this point. Play it cool, Hen. Pleasure doing business with you, Vash the Stampede. As if in time with my grogginess, Jerry beeps and begins to survey the land around us. He always goes into sentry mode this late at night. I feel Vash's gaze settle onto the two of us.
Same to you.
Oh, I forgot to give him my name. In my defense, I'm not used to giving it out. It's actually Hen.
It's a pleasure to meet ya.
God, that smile's going to kill me. This is gonna be an interesting hunt. And not one that we're going to complete tonight. As much as I want to. My throat's already starting to sort of give up the ghost of its own. And I really do need to get some sleep. Oh, I'm aware. It wouldn't be an issue if I had my tracking lights on. I did want to blind myself. Yeah, 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 yeah. Let's see. 1:38 in the morning. Here, it's what? Tuesday now. Tuesdays are usually my days off. I'm also supposed to be on hiatus. I'm also very much enjoying this. Well, whenever I come back, which could be afternoon or evening, Pacific time, this is what we're going to continue with. I am absolutely invested in this story. And I hope you all are too. I will be posting the VOD of it tomorrow-ish. I also need to really get back in the habit of, like, shoving series into folders and not just dumping them into my primary whatever the fuck on YouTube. My kingdom for an editor. Or whatever. Anyway. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Spidonic? You still here? If you are, thank you for the raid. I very much appreciate you. Appreciate all of you. So, that all having been said, remember everybody, what doesn't kill you gives you XP. Johnny and Wolf. Of course. Hope to see you all soon.